I know what I'm dancing for, so I don't do no second guessing. I'm out there 214 and this my letter to Dallas, Texas. When I'm with you, it just feels right. I can feel it in my soul, yeah, feel it in my soul. I've been grinding through the midnight. Put this thing in cruise control, watch the 20 on the show. When I'm with you, it just feels right. I can feel it in my soul, yeah, feel it in my soul. I've been grinding through the midnight. Put this thing in cruise control, watch the 20 on the show. I've been grinding through the midnight. Put this thing in cruise control, watch the 20 on the show.
You heard that? Chopper screw.
Even as a jit, I would know that I be pressed. Now my money legit, I ain't never ever stressed.
Like no?
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, that's fucking solid.
And that's produced by who?
Moxie, my boy Moxie. Yeah.
Shout out Moxie, man. Moxie.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, where the fuck you at?
That's a good song, bro.
Appreciate you.
Nah,
that was my favorite one. I'm going like order my favorite one to last. You know what I'm saying?
Like it sounds really good. I think we could
Appreciate you.
add a couple things here and there to it.
Put some chopped and screw stuff on there. More Texas type.
Sauces it up. You know what I'm saying? Break it down.
Like a trill? Like a trill mix?
A trill mix. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay, this is the UGK flip.
That's my favorite direction. Yeah, why they trade local, please make it make sense. Yeah, never traded my dogs, they real as they get. Homie, don't work at Home Depot, he stay with a wrench. It's shawty wetter than a storm, should be leaving me drenched.
Yeah, I like this record.
You like this one?
Yeah. So the name of the project is gonna be called Dear Dallas. Because we can always do a Dear Dallas
she nice and petite, pretty. Feel like it's a race when it comes to this cheap.
Appreciate you.
When I touch a bag and be mission complete. Yeah, full of stones, still jamming MC. Facing she nice and petite. Yeah, my fam out the west and that fam out the east. Hustle and stay focused, that my expertise. Yeah, pocket full of stones, still jamming Pimp C.
Yeah, chill. You can
Right
be like,
on.
yeah, like
Right
that.
on. You wanna go down?
I'm gonna get on it.
You know, hosting like how drama would be like.
Yeah.
Talking
Nice,
stuff.
bro.
You know, do drama.
Yeah.
This one for my.
And then you can talk through this little space right here too.
This one for my. This one for my.
Nah, but you did it right in order. That's like the ending.
Be the outro type shit.
Yeah, outro, yeah. The first one was on point, and then like the one, the pocket full of stone one was like perfect.
And
it's in the middle. It's right, bro. Yeah.
appreciate you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro.
I enjoyed it. It was quick. It was dope. It was like a power punch
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
for a vibe. You went,
Yeah, because you don't want to put that punch at the end type
you
shit.
went-
Yeah.
But you went through a whole experience. And what I want to do with these EPs is a little surprise. Guess what? I thought about
There
that.
you
We
go.
can get, you know, obviously you got the camera, but we can get some type of treatment done.
Yeah.
And so, no, hell yeah. What did you think about it, KC? You're
Shit
a
sounded
big
solid.
dog in this bitch.
It sounded really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounded
I was
good.
vibing with all of it.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shit sounded solid.
Thank you, man.
The beat was all there. The flow was all there. I don't know what you was talking about with the last one. Last one sounded.
Do you like that one too? Appreciate you,
What
bro.
was the favorite one?
The first one.
The first
Oh,
one.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one was a vibe.
DJ Chill like that second one, right? The pocket full of stones.
They're both-
Yeah, I already know.
yeah,
Yeah.
that-
No, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good that you can hear multiple different opinions saying, oh,
What'd you
people
thought?
like this one
Anna?
most. Or,
Let's see.
The strongest one for me is number 2
Number 2, the pocket full of stones.
out of the 3.
Yeah, I tell you, she's like my partner.
She is.
So yeah, Anna, she's at her on Instagram, but like I met her when I was working with John B. So she's really in the industry as well.
I know,
Like tapped into a lot of legacy artists,
Yeah.
legacy acts, and a lot of upcoming. And she has a good ear.
he's jealous of me because I met Bobby Brown a couple times.
Yeah.
What? You met Bobby Brown?
Bro,
That's crazy.
That's my goal.
That's crazy.
I don't want to hear about it.
You don't want to hear it? Don't tell me no story. I don't want
Tell me
it.
nothing about Bobby, bro.
I like Genuine, Case, all of them.
Yeah.
They're
That's
all
dope.
cool. Donnell Jones, really nice.
Yeah,
Eric Benet's gonna come out here next month, actually. So I'm gonna see if I can.
Yeah, that'd
get
be
in
dope. But he
there.
from the bag with what's her name? His ex-wife, Holly Berry.
Halle Berry.
Yeah, he had a sex thing. I don't know.
Oh
something
yeah,
like
okay, we'll
that.
talk about it later.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He had like an addiction or something like that, but still.
Yeah.
What messes up with Halle Berry? I don't
That's
know.
what I'm saying, bro. Halle Berry, bro.
Yeah, Yeah.
You rocking with it, Jay?
After she won an Oscar.
We got Jay. You rocking with it?
Bro, I like the third one. The third and the first one.
Oh yeah, you like the third one? Yeah.
The third one's cool. Hell
Appreciate you, bro.
I fuck with it.
If you were gonna lead with a song, what do you think out of your three?
For me, it'd be the first one I showed you.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like it's more like anybody could listen to it.
Okay.
But I feel like the Pocket Full of Stones, like obviously you got to know who Pimp C is. You got to know Texas background, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
I just felt like your number 2 could be your lead, and then follow it with 1, and then the last. Because I feel like it will flow more. I don't know. What do you think? Like what I'm saying? Because I feel like if I was gonna mix it together.
So I think what she's saying is like open it with the lead,
With the punch.
but not only does it pack the punch, but because the sample is UGK, what it means to Texas, and then what it means to I feel like that, and that means the project is Dear Dial. Then you open it up with some, straight out the trunk.
So we should open it up with the Pocket Full of Stones.
I mean, I agree with what she's saying.
Yeah.
I think that,
Everybody really likes that one, so that makes sense.
yeah.
It's just
You said that one too?
It's just the start with
You
the
like-
I
he
likes
likes-
them, but I said I was really fucking with the last one
Okay. The last
and
one
the first
most?
one too.
The
But I
first
can't.
one.
I don't know. I'm between the third one and the first one.
Okay.
I like the second one too.
What you thought about the lengthwise of it?
Yeah, it's a good length too, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like nowadays people just be having short attention spans.
I'm gonna ask you a
shorter
question,
songs.
I'm gonna ask you a question like they did back in the day. So, if the project was $5 and you're down to your last $5, would you buy his project or would you go eat a sandwich?
Damn, you gonna put food down? You can't do that. You hungry, bro?
The reason why I asked you is because what's his name? Barry Gordy did that shit in the Temptations movie. He's like, you down to your last dollar, you gonna purchase this record or you gonna go get some food? And like 2 people said they would purchase it and like nobody else said. Go back to John Boy, but we're not doing that. I'm just saying. Yeah. I think it's dope. I think it showcases like your versatility too. Like, the record kind of singing,
Appreciate
and then riding the beat, and then rapping, and then getting straight to it. So,
Appreciate you.
and I don't think you said too many bad words.
Yeah, I try not to. I think that first one doesn't even have bad words.
The first one did not at all.
Yeah, that'd be lit. That's pretty lit.
Appreciate you.
Because so I work a lot in social media, and there's a lot of artists that wants to pop off on. I'm gonna use TikTok as the biggest example because a lot of people do have a lot of success in that medium. Once you show some type of drug or say something about drugs.
Oh yeah, I already know.
You're gone. You're like
You
it just
feel me?
stays idle. You just stayed idle. You don't grow.
Yeah.
It's just you see it, but it's not touching nobody. And I actually had a conversation with DJ Quick, and he's like, I guess I will never join TikTok because all I do is smoke weed.
That's a big.
And and you just gotta pick your where you want to align it, and I think. With you can bounce in all formats because you just got to make sure you're leading with the right thing where you want to present yourself. And you want to identify, like, okay, I want to identify like this, if I want to make sure that song relates to what I'm identifying to. So, like, if you're going to post this on Twitter, obviously Twitter don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So you can post whatever there. But if you want to, like, streamline it, you gotta think about, okay, I want to make this PG-13, but enough for people to.
Yeah.
You know what
Got
I mean?
you.
So that's how I'm always thinking, like, okay, I'm hearing this record. How are you gonna market yourself? And I'll go 10,000 miles per hour in my mind.
Yeah.
Because I will have probably hundreds of ways how you can do it, and go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
No, it's dope. I appreciate you playing it. You pull it up to play it for us, and it just happens that you're here with some amazing people and people in the presence that you played it for. I know you
Feels good, bro.
Don't play it for me and chill, but you played it in front of my partner right here. You played it in front of J7 and KC, and you know, they all gave you some really positive feedback. So
Appreciate that.
I think this can be a project that can be like a staple for you, and then you can look back when we're doing a Dear Dallas 2 or a Dear Dallas 3 or whatnot, look back and be like, damn, I've really grown. Like, wordplay and know what I'm saying. And, like, you know, and maybe Moxie graduated a different type of beats. And maybe, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even Chill, like, he's saying different shit. Or he's saying chill like the DJ.
Shit like the DJ.
Like he says every day now. You know what I'm saying? But,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, man. So, but no, it's definitely a stepping stone in the direction.
When you are doing your flow, are you just doing it like Lil Wayne just say whatever comes to your mind and into a beat, or are you actually writing out? Hey, every artist runs different, so you never know how. So what's your thought process when you are putting things together?
Yeah, most of the time I just punch in like whatever comes in my head, you know. But I have the time to do that, like, you know, because I'm recording myself, so
And I'll send you some bread.
I can take my time and do that, and just really rethink my words and stuff.
Some bread.
It's not. But sometimes I do write. It just depends. Like, it just really depends.
You know who's the greatest writer to me in my eyes? Tupac.
Tupac.
I'm actually been very blessed. I got to know a lot of people that grew up with him over the years, like before he died. Obviously,
My bad.
Me is the last artist that actually worked with him in the studio, in person, all that shit. Like I heard that story so many times, but it's so refreshing to hear it. Like, one thing Tupac always believed is, like, if you're not doing 3 songs a day, you're not doing it. Like, that's his motto.
Like on some Pimp C shit too.
Oh yeah, every day I'm trying to stack my bread and make 3 songs.
But he always write things down though, no matter what the situation is. Like, he doesn't, like, he'll hear the beat for a minute, but he also, like, takes his time, like, all right, let me write what I'm thinking, and I'll come back to do the verse, and then put it together. And out of craziness, he can do it within, like, less than an hour. Like, that's
good.
Fucking does that.
That's good.
Like, he did Are You Still Down? Him and John did the whole entire thing with Tupac's producer, Johnny J, all in less than 3 hours.
Dang. It was already mixed and matched by then. Yeah.
Done.
That's crazy.
So, like, I think that might be something that might help you.
Start writing more.
I
do have.
It might not be something, but you can always look back. I mean, Eminem is a huge thing about writing into journals. I think it's a good exercise.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it can definitely help you build more on your vocab, and especially if you're trying to, like, hey, I know a little bit of Spanish, so let me dive into Digolingo.
I've been wanting to do that for a while, like, just do a whole Spanish song. I'm kind of scared, but I want to do it.
I mean, I think it's just a judgment because, you know, being Mexican American, you have to be a 200%er.
Yeah.
You gotta be 100%
Super Mexican, yeah.
You gotta be 100% Mexican or 100% American.
Yeah.
And it's tough. Like, you have a tough crowd. Like, you got the ones that actually grew up 100% Mexican, but they love rap, and they're your number one consumers when it comes to music, and especially this type of music. So if they can relate to you on another language like that,
yeah, that shows a lot. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I want to try it.
I mean,
you speak Spanish? Yeah.
It was my first language, and then I was born in LA, South Central, and I grew up in Ohio. Crazy enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like my mom's and my biological dad, they separated because my dad was all about the hood. He was dealing and all that stuff, and my mom didn't want to lose me and my sister at the time because he was getting caught up. He was being messy, so she was like, "All right, we gotta
move out." Yeah.
We gotta bounce. So we moved in another part of LA for a little bit, and she met my stepdad. They got married, but she also was tired living into a 1-bedroom apartment. So now it's 4 of us living in a 1-bedroom apartment. So my mom really wanted to buy a house, but she didn't know how long that's gonna take. So my uncle was already living out in Ohio. And he's like, well, you can buy a house. Again, this was in the 90s, so probably dirt cheap back then. So it was like not even close to 10 G's to buy a house.
Dang.
So my parents bought a ticket, flew us all out there. They worked for 3 years to buy a house, like just
Non-stop, just working,
Mm-hmm.
putting money up.
hmm So the first house, it was an alright house, but you know we grew from it. It was a big culture shock, just because there weren't that many Mexicans at that time when we started living there, and not everyone spoke Spanish either. So my first language was Spanish. I'm going from a school that spoke Spanish
Yeah.
to to a whole different school that did not, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how to communicate. So it took us a little bit of time to learn the language, but my sister and I normally went to Mexico once a year. I stopped going since I was like 16, just because it was affecting my grades, because I was missing so many days of school and punish you for that stuff. But I always say that I think the whole universe has a purpose of why we had to take that journey. And I feel like, looking in, I feel like coming up from Ohio kind of brings a little bit of humbleness on my end, because I feel like if I grew up in that LA mentality, and I think Playmaka can agree with what I'm saying right in this point, everyone is not there to help anyone else but themselves. It's always it's a very hungry place, but people tends to lose themselves a little bit too quickly if you don't have the right type of people around you.
Real fast pace.
It's really fast paced. I love fast paced, but I still want to have my humble beginnings.
Yeah. I can see that. And
I've been everywhere.
So you feel like if y'all didn't move, that you would have a totally different perspective right now than
Exactly. Like I respect my culture 100%, but also I think living in Ohio made us tougher than coming from the streets, because streets, it's just a different, mentality. Now you're dealing with a lot of racial slurs. What's gonna toughen you up more? So someone that's threatening you because you are different, you're speaking different, than somebody that looks like you trying to fight you.
Yeah.
It's like
apples and oranges. Yeah. That's crazy.
I haven't grew up speaking Spanish myself. I was like, I grew up like in here, like Dallas, and like people always like, man, why don't you speak Spanish? Like every Mexican I grew up with
didn't know.
They don't really speak Spanish like that.
Everybody like spoke English. Everybody like hood with it. And I got like a group of black homeboys I grew up with, and they always joke about it, like, man, bro, you ain't Mexican.
You ain't no real Mexican. Yeah.
You one of us. You one of us.
You know what's so funny though? Like over the years, my hometown did grew more Latino based.
Mm-hmm.
But I've met so many families that they had people come from Texas living there. So they're Tex-Mex living in Ohio. So so this is how I like to map out Ohio, where a lot of Latinos like to go to. So my hometown is Toledo. So I feel Toledo has the most Mexicans, just because they're not far away from Chicago and not far to go to Detroit. Now Detroit it's its own little melting pot.
Yeah.
But it's only 42 minutes away to get to it. Cleveland, Puerto Rican land, 100%, all Puerto Rican.
For real? I wouldn't even think that. I would
No.
not know that. I thought Cleveland is like just a bunch of white people or something.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah.
There's a lot of Puerto Ricans there.
That's crazy. I did not know
A lot
that.
of Puerto Ricans. And then there's Columbus, Dominicans, and then a little bit of Mexicans, and then some Puerto Ricans. But yeah, that's based on my experience.
That's crazy. So you like Texas better?
So I've been here for 2.5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So I move a lot. So I just go with the flow. I lived in Chicago for 5 years. I lived in LA for 2 years in my adulthood. The majority of my time, obviously Ohio, but I'm like going all over the place. So I just go with the flow and see where the next chapter goes for me. So,
I like that.
Not a rush.
Not a rush at all, right?
Yeah, no, the different locations give you like different experiences, right? Like
Yeah.
just open up your mind differently.
When I lived in LA, my mom always felt like I spoke way better Spanish. I was like, yeah, because everyone spoke Spanish, like obviously. And she was like, oh, when you live in Chicago, your Spanish kind of sucked. I was like, well,
I'm speaking less Spanish, yeah.
well, like there's Mexicans there.
Oh, but they're Puerto Rican, like.
No, there's Mexicans there. It's just that they prefer to speak English in public than Spanish. And then and there's the majority is Polish people. So you'll see a lot of families are Mexican and Polish.
Yeah,
Area.
that's crazy.
They kind of influence the music, kind of tied in, and that's where you get the accordion and the tejano and shit. Because there's a lot of accordions in like polka music.
So accordions were never Mexican to begin with, or like?
No, that's all like Tex-Mex type thing.
Yeah.
Mexican music is more like guitar, like trumpets and stuff like that. You got to think about all the Spaniards that came that direction, what they're bringing over there. It's not accordions.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was like, yeah, that.
Yeah, because if you listen to like Polish, like polka music, you're gonna like, man, some of that shit sound like
Kind of Mexican or something.
Texas cumbia shit. You know what I mean? It has like a lot of shit.
Do you know the original artists from Cumbia Kings? I know a few of the original members from that group.
Oh yeah.
I'm really connected with my homie Alex Ramirez, and he came from the grupo Sombra. And his uncle, so it's his uncle, his brother, and his cousin. They all were the originators of that group, and they're all about Tex-Mex, all that. But they're from Chicago.
Oh yeah.
And then they migrated to do Cumbia Kings with A.B. Quintanilla. They all moved down to Texas, and that's how all that was formed all together.
So they're really from Chicago. That's crazy. Doing Texas style music.
And then Frankie J didn't join the group until like late after their first album was already cut. But then he got fired.
What the hell?
Yeah. But like he also had a lot of legal issues with A.B. Quintanilla trying to keep his Don't Wanna Try under the Cumbia Kings name and saying he wrote it along with Frankie J, which is not true.
That's not true.
It's not true, obviously. But when you search for it, like if you, let's say you want to use Don't Wanna Try on like Instagram, it will say Cumbia Kings. It won't say Frankie J, it will say Cumbia Kings, Don't Wanna Try.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Damn. That's all that little weird stuff that goes on with the music industry, right?
There's a lot of drama. There's a lot of craziness in the music. Like there's like I worked with Charlie Puth before he blew up further. Before he did that one song with Wiz Khalifa, he did a song called Marvin Gaye, and it has Meghan Trainor in it. Meghan Trainor wasn't the best person I like to meet, and I'm really cool. Like I don't.
You're real humble. I can tell.
Like,
I can tell you're real laid back, real humble.
I'm pretty laid back, and it takes a lot. And I feel like a weird like
energy weird vibe
or whatever. Like I don't like this. I feel like she's trying too much or too hard, or something. And she did an action where I kind of identify it, where like she was telling like a lot of people on set like, hey, don't post this on Instagram. I don't want my fans to find me and blah blah blah. Like, bitch, no one knows you're out here.
Ain't nobody worried about that. You know what I'm saying?
Like the internet wasn't like the internet like what it is now, where you can pinpoint where you are. But we're on set. They don't know
where the set's at. Yeah.
Unless you put that out there.
The location, all that. Yeah.
And obviously, her fan base is mostly white, and so. There's only me and this other black girl on set because we were working on set to do the whole music video together. She didn't even ask if we wanted to take a picture. Like we were like trying to get a picture from her, but she was like more concentrated on the white girls.
Oh yeah.
So I was like,
so you identified that real quick.
Yeah. I was like,
okay. Yeah.
I was like. And I see the poor little Charlie Puth on, like, he didn't know how to, talk to anyone because he's a starting artist, so he's just observing. He's just observant, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And she added 8 hours into our budget that we didn't have.
Yeah. Oh, at the set?
And
Oh,
it wasn't her set.
Oh, that's expensive.
It
Yeah.
wasn't even her set.
That's not cool.
She just identified, oh, it's the same label, who cares? So I was like thinking like, oh, so you're gonna take the pocket from the artist of time that he now has to pay out of his artist budget because of you. That doesn't involve you.
Yeah,
and
that's
now
not
you
cool.
gotta get paid too.
That was out of
because you're asking
that was
for
out of
those extra hours on top.
that was out of Charlie's
Yeah, his first music video is called from Universal. So that's Marvin Gaye, and it's not his best song. It's like one of them. You can probably hear it if you were shopping at, I don't know,
Target or something. Or
no, I don't even think Target would even pick it up. I would say like Abercrombie and Fitch. I don't know.
Oh, okay,
like
okay.
one of them.
Yeah.
Or Forever 21 maybe. But it wasn't his strongest song. But I think what saved him the most is being invited to do that Wiz Khalifa track. Because that blew him up the most. And he was able to do stronger records right after that.
So okay, back to the Charlie Puth thing. I mean the influence that we were talking about earlier. So you didn't see anything negative coming out of him doing like, because Charlie Puth, he doesn't just do a bunch of like smoking weed songs or anything, does he? Or like, I'm saying, did that make a big difference? Like when he did a song with Wiz Khalifa, like.
I don't think so.